All right, I'm gonna go get some water before we start chat. I guess I actually have some save files still. All right, I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. So the question is, what class do we want to play? I think the last time, I know one of our playthroughs we did Volcanist. I think another one we might have done Frost Witch. Might have done Dragon Cultist. Could do Fundamentalist. Or maybe Flame Prophet. Flame is ass. Could also try the Necromancer. Or the Nox Oracle. Underworld, yeah, actually, maybe we'll do Underworld Mage. The Dragonkin stuff seems cool. Yeah, let's do the Underworld Mage. What's the new Legacy Dungeon? I believe there's a brand new Legacy Dungeon in the DLC. But we're probably not going to get there today since we're starting a new character. All right, hold on. I'm going to go use the restroom.
The fallen leaves tell a story.
So I don't know if my game sound... What is my game sound at? Turn it up a bit.
The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering.
All right, I'm back.
A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will.
Don't skip. We've all seen this 100 times, but sure, I'll watch it.
Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask, Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome Dung-Eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
All right. Here we go. Here within the Sanctuary of Lost Knowledge lies a wealth of information regarding many of the changes. Once you touch the Golden Barrier and depart the Sanctuary, you may return here any time from the lectern on the second floor of Round Table Hold. Starting class offers a collection of armor sets, weapons, and spell runes for you to seek out and utilize on your path. That's the notes. Patch notes describe where to find armor sets and spell runes. Weapon notes describe where to locate weapons and catalysts for your class. Yeah, okay, I remember all this. And yeah, so you need to get 4 keystones to like access the Elden Throne. You can craft remnants for talismans. Crystal tier crafting remnants tend to be found near the base of air trees. Talisman remnants can be found anywhere. Rare crafting remnants called relic remnants can be used for crafting powerful talismans and are only obtained after defeating powerful foes that guard keystones. Break the seals barring access to the storehouse in the Garden of Deep Purple. You must first defeat Star Scourge, Radon, and Moog. Grand Missoula is no longer accessed after igniting the Forge of the Giants and Mountaintops. Instead, you must gain entry either through the use of an imbued sword key or use the ancient spark found at the Sanctum Undercroft beneath the Bestial Sanctum. The Moonlight Altar and Estelle are no longer accessed through the Grand Cloister. As the coffin has been removed to gain entry, you must rest in a stone coffin, one located at the edge of the nameless eternal city in deeper depths, or the other within the depths of Celia Crystal Tunnel. All armor provides passive bonuses. The armor abilities come with preconditions that will have to be met in advance. Armor abilities are not compatible with spells that enhance your abilities. Spell runes are the consumables to get the spells. There's 6 tiers. Okay. Can also sell them, I guess. I don't know if I want to read all the tutorials. I mean, I've played this mod before, like... It's probably fine. Where the hell am I? Oh, I'm here. Wait a second. So did I start with... The thing is, okay, so you normally find, at least I think, you normally find, oh, here it is. This is like the note that tells you where to go for your class. It's kind of important to grab that. Bubbles, go. Oh. Oh, I already have these. I could have just sold these. Sold this for some runes instead. Now I just have two copies. Oh well, that's okay. I think smithing stones are also like simplified in this mod, which is pretty nice. Restart character. I don't think it really. I don't think that it's gonna sell for that much. I don't think it matters that much. I'm not really sure where I should go. I guess that's. We want to read the note for that. The Dragonkin in Lower Siofra. Okay, well, we can go try to kill the Dragonkin. So yeah, the way this mod works is that you basically choose your starting class, and every class spawns in like a different part of the world. And they give you the... They basically tell you like the route to take. Now, the thing is, you don't have to just do the route for your class. Like, you can explore other areas. But, yeah. Basically how it works. I don't really know if I care about doing the moose. Yeah, you can download the mod already. Gosh. Yeah, I mean all the classes are like good. Thing is, I'm not sure. I don't have any heals left. I guess we should just go to the Grace further forward. I don't know where this teleports me. I mean, I think I might know, but... Okay, it's still here. I don't really do that much damage. Okay, so I can level up already. Massive levels here. I mean, we can go try to fight the Dragonkin. I'm slightly concerned about my ability to kill this Dragonkin. I don't know how strong he is. Oh no. Can't remember, is there a bonfire up here? Or a grace? Normally? I don't think there is, right? Or maybe there's one back around the corner? Just the stake. Okay. Rootman Ashes. Is that... That's something new. Rootman? You want me to summon the Rootman? I don't think I can. I'm cooked, guys. What was that? Charge R2 is so slow. We got the frostbite though. I want to use magic, but I'm like kind of scared. Nice. Am I rushing the new legacy dungeon? No, not necessarily. I mean, the thing is, there's like a lot of stuff that's changed. Well, Dragonkin Halberd's fun. Can I actually use it? Need 18 strength. Okay. Wait, so where are the dragon... I need more int. Cragbolt Trio. I guess we'll go out of this area. Oh, I kind of want to level up, but I already fucking did the elevator. Oh, right. Yeah, the Americas. Yeah, true. Guess I should have checked. Might be nice. I saw something in the patch notes saying Memory of Grace doesn't, like, make you lose your runes. Oh yeah, it says keep all runes. Although in the item effect here, it still says lose all runes. Yeah, okay. I was looking through the patch notes a little bit. I didn't, like, look that... it was kind of like skimming, but... Seems like it is basically a homeward bone now, yeah. Oh, there's a stake here. That's nice. Wow. I'm not sure when I get like the green effect, exactly what's happening with that. I'm actually gonna use these. It's the weapon buff? Okay. Wait. Did he fucking heal? wait. Why is he full health? man, the charge R2 is so bad. Oh. Well, that was lucky that didn't hit me. Hold on, let's try to hit him with some magic. And this guy's so tanky. Oh, he's almost dead though. Nice. Okay. Let's try and level up. Well, I kind of want to use the halberd, so I'm gonna get 12 strength. And then I guess I'll get some int. Gigantic bubble. Okay. And we can make some physics too. I guess we'll just get 10 int. One of the spells is probably a permanent buff. Yeah, I should double check what everything does. The dodge roll one is kind of nice. I'm just gonna get the Opaline, I guess. Yeah, because there's Armor of Bubbles. Grants additional stamina regen, physical absorption, and reduced equip load. Effect ends after being hit 3 or more times. Yeah, the patch notes are like insanely long. Alright, well... Fucking hell, where do we go now? We've got... I mean, we could keep following the path. I don't actually know where the Fringe Folk Hero's grave is. I don't know which one that is off the top of my head. I can just go to the DLC. This one next to Vare. Oh, I see. I don't know. Yeah, my PC's just fucking cooked, bro. Oh my god, the damage. Oh. Surprised I didn't get hit there. Yeah, it does have a follow-up. I just didn't really want to go for it. So I was scared. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know why my PC is not running as well as I would like. I haven't updated my graphics driver in a while, but it's not like super out of date or anything. Alright. This is just Elden Ring. I mean, it's like, it's running okay, but it's not like stable 60, you know, which I feel like it should be on my PC, so. I mean, it could also just be the mod. I don't know. We can do this fight. My polling rate and my mouse settings. What? Can try to change that. That's actually somehow a thing. And I wish I had a parry shield. Oh, the damage is good though. Oh, that was... I mean, we could go kill Margit, I guess. Alright, well, so is it this great? Is it this, is it the one like below us? Is that the Fringe Folk Hero's grave? I don't remember if... Also, I just realized I've been forgetting to use my, my physic. Oh. Oh boy. Oh wow. That did really good damage. To craft the gold scarab? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I don't have like the remnant for it though, or whatever, do I? Don't I need like a talisman remnant or something? Or is that somewhere else? I don't think I have that. It's the one before the starter elevator. Oh, the one you need the key for. It's 3.0. I thought it's 2.9. Well, yeah, it's technically 2.9 because this is like the test version.
Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
I mean, it's the same content, but yeah, this is like the test version. Oh, right, because Hero's Grave is the... Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I'm so bad with names. Yeah, let me use my physic. Woo! I'm so shocked he missed me there. I thought that was too early. Oh, what the hell was that? Oh, come on. No, oh, you bastard. I think you want to roll to the right on that combo. It's so, the problem is every time I see that attack, every time I see that combo from him, I assume like, I treat it the way I treat Morgott. Because if you roll to the left on Morgott, that attack just completely misses. Whoa, it went over my head. It's gotta be close to posture breaking. I genuinely don't know. I don't know how to dodge that attack. I don't know. I don't know how to dodge that fucking attack, dude. You just strafe run? I don't know though. I don't feel like that works on him, but maybe. I don't know, now I'm curious. Come on, do it. Yeah, I guess you just strafe. I guess you just strafe run it. Maybe my positioning was bad the first time. Oh yeah, they made that combo less like bullshit. Oh no, it's so easy to get clipped by that. Oh, right, you just have all the talisman slots, like, right off the rip in this mod. Forgot about that. I don't know if there's a faster way for me to get to the Fringe Folk Hero's grave. Maybe I could drop down from here. What's up, Majestic? Enemies are actually doing a fair bit of damage. I'm gonna get a little bit more health, I think. I really need to get talismans. I don't know what the best way to get the talisman slots are. Hey, Tiki. Is it from dungeon bosses? Okay. Yeah, I want the talisman physics. Oh my god, I don't know how I didn't get hit there. Damage is really good. What is the next Souls-like going to be? I have no idea, man. Oh, I still need a stone sword key. Is there still one at the shack here? Or how many stone sword keys do you need for the... I don't know if there is one here. The buckler. Oh, they're open. Oh wait, do you not even need stone sword keys for anything? Yeah, I'm interested in Lords of the Fallen too. Alright, so I can just go in. Oh yeah. Oh, this is like way different. And I wonder, is this a somber weapon? Could I have upgraded this? I think it normally is somber. What the? Okay. Oh my, oh my. What even? What even just happened, dude? Holy shit. Is this new? Well, it's like a reskin of or like a redesign of the grave, yeah. I do wish my game was running a bit better though. It is kind of, I mean, it's like fine. It's just, it is not running quite as well as I would like, but that's okay. I want to check what that armor does. Ooh. Oh, Newman runes. That's nice. Wait, what is this? The boss... Okay, wait. The boss is normally down, right? My god. This guy is shitting on me. Well, normally you don't have to take an elevator to get to the boss. I don't remember. I feel like there is normally an elevator here, but it goes to like some other loot or something like that. I don't know. This is definitely not normal. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, maybe there isn't an elevator in here. I don't know. Other chests were just decoration? Yeah, I think so. Okay, and then this is where, like, the dragon communion seal normally is, I think. Maybe? I don't know. What do we got? Underworld Great Mace. Is this something that I... Oh yeah, this is one of the weapons. It's like a... Oh my gosh. I need to get to the stake. Yeah, this thing is slow as fuck. Not sure I'm gonna make it there. Alright, well, we're gonna die, but that's okay. You know, yeah, it's just... I don't know if I like the mace. The weapon art is really slow. I'm gonna use the halberd still for now. Should be posture broken soon. Oh, come on. Aw. Combat remnant, okay. So what do we got? Increases all lightning damage you deal, reduces stamina cost of attacks and spells, reduces the SP cost of spells. Strike the ground with your staff to cover the ground around you with frozen lightning. Frozen lightning stake and great bubble volley. Alright. Use the mace's jump attack. It's okay. Alright, we should probably just use the air trees to, like, teleport around. What does the combat remnant do? Is that for a talisman? Oh, yeah. Well, we got ourselves some talismans. We should probably upgrade our weapon. I don't know what weapon I want to use. It's the thing. Oh yeah, there was that armor as well. Alright. Well, let's see. Where are the other weapons? Upper Seofer River. Ainsel River. Der Graf's Opus. Can I go to deeper depths? I need to get more somber stones. I'm not really sure. Oh, this guy's fucking strong. How that worked. Damn it. Oh, I forgot to use my physic. Oops. Come on, do your fire breath, man. It's gotta be close to staggering. Alright. Prowess Physic Remnant? Well, we got a lot of souls from that. That was good. I need to get more somber stones, though. I don't really know where the best spot to go for, like, stones is, unless I can buy them. Oh, we're already at 45 ends, 55 with the physic. Quite a lot. Really? What does this guy even drop? Well, maybe we can get a bunch of Newman runes over here. That might be good, assuming the queens are still here. You craft the talismans. You need to get, like, the remnants, though. Why did they move one of them down here? Or is that... Wait, is there normally 4 here? Maybe I'm tripping. Alright, well, going here was probably not a bad idea. We should probably try to kill Godric to get the Great Rune. Didn't even rage bait chat. Yeah, I didn't feel like it this time. Oh yeah, this area is like completely different. I forgot about that. I think the Great Runes are like slightly different, yeah. The quickest way to get the items? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Godric's gave 10% extra runes. Oh, interesting. Okay, is there anything over this way? I think maybe you can open like a shortcut here or something, but... maybe not. Man, I don't know why my game is running so badly, though. It's kind of annoying me. It's probably the mod. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I played this mod before, and I don't remember ever having... I don't remember having, like, performance issues, really. Yeah, I mean, this is like the testing version or whatever. I don't know. I'm just surprised, I guess, that it's been like chugging so badly in some spots. It's all good though. Oh, we're getting a lot of large smithing stones. Need more sombers, though. well, there's a somber stone. What do we got over here? Oh, more somber stones. I feel like maybe I didn't explore enough in the like early zones. You miss playing Elden Ring? Then go play it. Oh. This guy's aggro as fuck, dude. Oh god. Run! Fuck is this place, dude? Thought I heard a lizard. Oh, there. You guys are kind of scaring me. I feel like I really need to like upgrade my shit, dude. I'd like to find a bonfire though. Somewhere. Grace, whatever. You know what I mean. Can I climb back up this? Can. I thought I remember there being a Grace somewhere down here. Maybe not. Well, there's probably a stake by the boss fight. I don't know if I'm strong enough to do this boss, though. I don't think it's a Crucible Knight. I think this is like a different boss. Wait, there's a ladder here. Can I kick this down? Oh, wait. No, okay. I remember now. Oh, wait. It's not that hard. I don't have enough dex to parry. God, the casting speed is so slow. I knew. When I went for that, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get this, but I thought I might. Damn, you hit hard, though. I did not use my flask, I forgot. Well, that was lucky. Oh, it's so delayed. I wonder if I can still cheese this guy off the cliff. Let's see. Fuck, dude, I didn't even get the steak because I tried this. God damn it. This way, I think. Oops. Oh, right. You... Ah, fuck, I forgot. God damn it, man. I was like pretty sure it was a shortcut, but I thought you kicked down the ladder, but no, you opened the gate. Yeah, the gnome game was fun. Where is it that I'm supposed to go next, anyways? Dragonkin, Soldier of Noxtella. That's so crazy that, like, I don't get that off in time. Dagger. Nice. Definitely did need to kill this guy, though. Maybe if we want to use a different build, it could be useful. I think this is one of, like, the keystones or something. Oh wait, no, this just opens the pathway. Never mind, keystones or not. I guess keystone behind this guy would be kind of weird. I guess this just opens the doorway. Alright. Oh, right, because we wanted to get the opus. Oh, I need to get more normal somber, like low level somber stones. I don't really know where to go for that. torrent, please. What level are we? 47? It's pretty good. Okay, well we can get through this door now. Like we are like we're so far, like okay, we need to go somewhere and get like low level sombers because this is like fucked. I don't know, we need to go somewhere else. Holy shit, bro, what the oh, maybe that's Big Birdie. Why'd I do that? I thought I could get the item, man. I thought I could get it in time. We also have new spells we could try. Let me actually equip those. All right. Oh, you can actually torrent here, you just can't summon him. I want to get that new weapon and then just upgrade it. That's kind of my goal right now. Because I think the whatever weapon we're trying to find is definitely one that is, like, unique. Yo, Lobos, thank you so much for the raid, man. It's the Daregraph's Opus. That is a larval tier. Okay. We really need to get more golden seeds as well. I hope you had a good stream, Lobos. What was Lobos playing today? Well, there's like a legendary in there. Maybe that's it. Oh shit. What's up, Yui? Ooh. I have no idea where I'm going right now, really. The boss fight is here. No, just kill me. Tactical death. I want to see if there's anything over here. The Necromancer's Fist. I don't know where to get that, though. Unless is that, like, one of these weapons? Transcendent Talons. Oh, maybe that's the boss here. The thing is, whatever the Necromancer Fist is that even, like, stats that I'm using? Oh my god. Okay, maybe we don't do this. I need to get more somber stones. I don't know. Maybe like Stormveil will have a lot of low-level sombers. I don't actually know. Oh my god. That's pretty good against Big Boss. I guess let's go get the Sacred Tears. Yeah, I don't know if I like this fist that much. It's okay, but I think one of the new weapons is in the I think Noxumbra is like the new Legacy dungeon. Well, I mean, I don't mind fist weapons. I just don't like the weapon art that much. Hey, Casper. That was kind of scary. Yeah, we could also go to Castle Morn. I don't know what level Castle Morn is, though. I need to get like low level somber stones. Because, I mean, I don't know where else to get them, unless I could buy them from EG, but I don't... Like, I have 5 great and 1 colossal, but... So I kind of need to, like... I haven't upgraded a weapon yet. It's kind of scuffed. The way to Godric and Stormvale, yeah. Maybe that. As low level sombers. The new dungeon is in the DLC, I believe, so we're probably not going to be there for a little while. Oh, we got one. Maybe we could see what kind of materials we get in Castle Morn, I'm not sure. Oh, we could get a +4 weapon. Oh my god, this guy's strong as fuck, what the hell? I need some more health, dude. Yeah, you can play the mod in seamless co-op. Can I go to the left? Well, it seems like it's low-level upgrade materials, so that's good. Alright, nice. Oh, I think the weapon art does more if you do it from, like, close range. Maybe I will upgrade these fists. Oh, there's a ladder. Okay. Where are we going? It's quite the it's quite the tower. What's even up here? Phalanx Pike. Hmm. Oh, we got another Somber Stone at least. We have 6 Somber Stones now. We need more large, but other than that, we're in pretty good shape. What is that? Oh, it's the for Perfumer. Ah. Oh yeah, I think the Perfumer class starts here. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna die from that. Kind of scared me. How much random shit here? Oh god. Is this a shortcut? Oh shit. Nice. Hey, wait, where does the path to the right go then? Also, I'm gonna upgrade my fists.
You're no match loud, you're...
Am I dead? Oh my god, that is so strong. Alright, you know, that was just... I really thought I was gonna win that one. I mean, I did kill him, but... Dude, he was, like, hitting me so fast. Alright. Yeah, the damage is pretty good if you fully charge it. It takes forever to fully charge, though. And these enemies drop pennies, though. I don't know if I should be in this area anymore, to be honest, but... I guess we'll do the boss that's here. Enemies are fucking me up, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dude, just let me cast my fucking spell, man! Oh my god, dude. What the fuck, man? I don't even know what this guy drops. Wait, there's a staircase here? I think I'm going the wrong way, guys. Where the heck did I die? Was it... Hey, Mercerto. Die, you bastard. This guy even drop anything? That was so pointless. God damn it. Oh, more somber stone. The fuck? Well, this was dead. Oh, wait. No, maybe this is the same as last time. Dude, the bubble volley's insanely good. Oh my god. The bubble shotgun, yeah, that was kind of crazy. Okay. Wait, so what? I don't remember going up the lift before. Hey, huge horses, thank you for the 6 months. We should probably just keep going down our path. Where is the Dragonkin Soldier of Noxtella? Is this a boss? Oh. Oh wait, I think I remember this. I forgot to use my physic. Oops. The fist mage, yep. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god, man's crazy. Oh my god. My fucking FPS, dude. What is that? I don't know where. Oh, wait, I see a flame up there. I guess I have to disable all the flames, maybe? Oh. The Path of the Fundamentalist. I have no idea where that is. Somewhere around here, I guess. Second. Is this accessible from I'm like, I'm so confused where I am at this point. Okay, we are back here. Probably didn't need to do Castle Morn, but I wanted to see if anything was different about this area. I can't remember what the boss was at the end of Castle Morn the last time I played. You just use the Convergence launcher, but then there's like an early access button on it. Oh, this is the path. Ooh, what is this? Glowing ruin of order. I see. Honestly, I shouldn't bother killing. These enemies give, like, literally nothing. Oh god. Just kind of scary. How do I get down here? Oh, it's further ahead. Actually, I think I kind of remember this now. Now that I'm here. Alright, we'll get 30 HP, which is pretty good. What do you mean it's locked? There's a boss to the right of the entrance. Are you talking about the madness guy? Because yeah, we already killed him. Still grinding somber stones. I'm enjoying just taking my time. Not really in any rush. I want to try to get some other weapon types, though. I think there were changes in the main game, but there's also a ton of changes in the DLC. It's a bit of both, I think. I was considering just using my character from the last time I played, but I don't know. I figured why not just start a new character. It's been a while since I played the mod. Not really in a rush. What the fuck? Okay, dude. Fucking mimics an Elden Ring. Oh, a golden seed. Nice. Holy shit. Leave me alone! It's only one mimic in all of base Elden Ring. There's no mimic. There's no mimics in Elden Ring. Wait, how do you open this? I think it's like up here. I think there's a lever. Hammer of Virtue. I think the lever might be up top. Dude, the bubble is insane. Like, oh. Damn. It's Gascoigne. And Horaloo. Goodbye. Oh, this is one of the keystones. Oh, you also get a remembrance. I remember this guy. It's a cool fight.
Are you tired? Let's grey anchor until it will drag you across the far. But the Crusoe's brave seek to become Leto. All play is, and I will defend.
Oh my god, lady, shut up. Dairu's greatsword. I don't know if I'm gonna use that sword. How much money do I get? Money, you know what I mean, dude. Okay, wait, where is the Dragonkin Soldier of Noxtella? Is that the one that's in the river? I mean, there's only, like, one other Dragonkin, right? I think it's the one in Ainsel River. Albinuric Rise. Wait, where is... What? Where is Albinuric Rise? Oh, it's in the snowfield. Ah. There's the Dragonkin Scepter there. All right. Morgoth's Spear. Yeah, this is like mainly faith though. Is the thing. Yo, Gregorio, thank you for the 5 months. Oh, a double hit. No way, dude! No way! I should have just shot my spell at him. I'm getting fucking cooked. I'm actually getting shit on. Oh my god, man. Fuck. Hard to do damage, like, safely here. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Boss was fucking scary, dude. I got 60,000 for that though. That's pretty good. Can we upgrade our staff? Can we get a better staff?
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your arms.
There's better staff in the weapon note. Is that the Dragonkin Scepter? Because that's where I was going, actually. It's okay. We have a lot of smithing stones, anyways. I'm just gonna get more health. I'm taking a lot of fucking damage. I feel like my damage output is fine, but my survivability is not great. Do I need the imp ashes for this tower? I guess I'm wondering. Can I buy those ashes? I actually can't remember. I think you can just buy them, or do I have to pop to consecrated snowfield catacombs? Oh yeah, you can use a crystal dart. True. I don't think I have any crystal darts though. Oh, the main academy bridge, right. I don't have any cracked crystal. Hi, Colleen. Guys, really being a nuisance. We need more large somber stones. I'm not really sure what area I should go for that. I got a lot of normal ones at Morn, at least. Let's go. Guess we'll go to Liurnia. Is this still an air tree avatar? Oh, it's this fucking guy. Let's see how the bubbles do against him. Oh my god. Do I have any more talismans that I can get? Guys, I'm killing a air tree avatar in Liurnia. It's but yeah, there's gonna be broken stuff. I mean, it's kind of how it goes. I don't remember where you get the glintstone key though. I don't know if it's still in the normal spot. No, I never finished the French challenge in Elden Ring. It was fun. Maybe I'll go back to it. It's just when you die, it's like this. I don't know. The start of the run just is a little boring, I find. We got large somber stones though. Okay, I don't know where you get. I'm not sure where you get the key then. I don't remember. It's not here. There was something in Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. Wait, is this the... Wait, Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. Is that the one... That's the one that's like here, I think, right? That's Lakeside Tunnel. Wait, is this one? Wait, which one's the Crystal Tunnel? It's this one, the one I'm right next to? I was thinking it was this one, but then I was... No, this is Academy Crystal Cave. Wait. Are you sure this is it? Oh wait, no. I know which one it is. It's the Smithing Stone one. Oh, I'm stupid. I've gone there so many times too. Teleport after the boss. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it's actually like... Yeah, I think if you go to the cave below the academy, it's like an alternate entrance into Raya Lucaria. We'll probably get a lot more somber stones here too. Yeah, you can duplicate the new ones, I'm pretty sure. Well, we can get the cracked crystal and we can make the darts now. Oh my god. That hurt more than I expected. So there's a... There's a weapon here that we want to use. It's called the... what is it called? The Underworld Dagger? Yeah. Yes, the Unk Dagger. Hope I didn't miss anything there. God, these enemies are like stronger than I expected. This is just where the elevator goes to, right? Yeah. I feel like it's possible I missed the dagger, but hopefully not. Will I play the Adventures of Elliot? I have a sponsor for it tomorrow, but I'm also going to be busy playing Convergence, so... Ooh, a large somber stone. Nice. Maybe you get the weapon from, like, the end of the dungeon. Well, we have 14 somber stones, so a good amount. Oh, we do get it from here. Okay. What is this dagger? Oh, it just has quick step? Okay. Oh, it increased the damage of Dragonkin sorcery, though. Okay, well, we can use the crystal darts now. To go do the puzzle here. Well, these bosses aren't gonna stand a chance. I mean, this is like an early game boss. We actually have like... We craft 43? No, we crafted... I don't know. How do you get early access? Anybody can get early access. You just have to download the launcher. There's like an early access button. S plus.
Well, I took you no man to lay out your own.
We need more large somber stones. Alright, well, we should just keep focusing our skill tree. Alright, we need to go to Noxtella, which means I think we can take... I think there's like an air tree that we can go down to the Ainsel River or something like that. Hey, Night Sky Cat, thank you for the 14 months. Alright, how much damage do we do now? Okay. Well, we do a lot of damage. So what was that, 7,000? My god. Jesus. Imagine if I had poise. Yeah, well, if I had poise, it would have been dead instantly. Yeah, I can put the dagger in my hand for even more damage. Wait, Clayman Harpoon, isn't that another... Deals frozen lightning damage. Spell is just unbalanced, yeah. I mean, the Convergence always has, like, broken spells. I'll try not to, like... I mean, we're just killing random... I don't know, I'm not really too worried about bullying the air tree bosses, to be honest. Oh, so this is the bottom of the river. Puff the bubble volley. Yeah, we can get to Dragonkin from here. Yeah, if we go down this path, we should be able to get... We should probably grab the Grace that's further ahead, though. Yeah, we can go down that path to get to the Dragonkin. At least I think it's this path, right? Unless I'm getting confused, but yeah, this should be the spot. Dude, the sound effect, it's like, holy shit. Fucking giga explosion.
Is our custom well?
Oh yeah, these aren't really worth much. Why is everything one shot? Well, I'm kind of in like a low level area and I'm kind of OP already. Not that OP, but we're getting there. Oh, critical attacks. Have a good night, Night Owls. I really need to buy a hand lantern. It doesn't really matter here, I guess, but I'll probably get one. Oh, Ansper's here. Oh right, we can actually portal into the Lake of Rot. How am I not getting hit? I want to get some teleport magic, though. That's when we can really start zooming. I don't know if, like, every spell tree has teleport magic. him with the bubbles. Doesn't actually do as much damage. I guess he's kind of like immune to lightning though. It still does insane posture damage though. Where is he? All right, what do we got? Frozen Lightning Storm, 61 int. Oh man, you need a lot of int for this. Minefield, Spear, Bubble Shield. Increases absorption by 75%. Oh, okay, so it's only for one hit. It's basically like an aromatic. Where does this teleporter take us? Is this still the Great Ghost Glovewort? Elder Ghost, whatever. Oh, we're here, okay. Damn, I guess I didn't have to grab the Grace. They also said there was something... The Dragon Scale Blade is in Lake of Rot. I guess that's just... Kind of curious about Dragonkin Seeker Sword. It's an Upper Siofra. Well, the next... The next set of spells is here in the Lake of Rot. What's up, Gandalf? You thought 3.0 released on the 24th? It does. This is like the early access. Sorry, I guess my title's slightly clickbait. I mean, it is basically the 3.0 patch. It's just... This is like the test version. Where's the NPC? Well, that NPC isn't gonna be here. The NPC isn't gonna be here until we do like Ronnie's quest or whatever. Alright, chat. I think it might be... Bubble Volley might be not as good after the 24th, yeah. I think it might be anyways time for me, chat. I'm really hungry. I want to get some dinner. It's pretty late. I started my stream pretty late today, so... but yeah, we will, we'll continue this mod tomorrow. We do also have the sponsor for the Adventures of Elliot tomorrow. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today, guys. I really need to go get some food. Yeah, thank you all for watching, everybody. Yeah, tomorrow we'll make some more progress. Yeah, maybe we'll get to the... I imagine tomorrow, if we're playing for a while, we'll probably make it to the new Legacy Dungeon and the DLC. Yeah, we'll see.